Welcome to Season 7, Episode 1 of the Two Manager Project, and both teams are now in the Vanarama National. We're going to take a quick look at the season preview, because, oh look, Rawlwood and Bassett predicted to go down again like they were last season. I'll be honest with you, I'm a little less confident this season than I was last season, but we'll see how things go, obviously. Newport predicted to finish 7th, and I have sort of agreed with the team to aim for a mid-table finish, so 7th would indeed be nice, because I think that would actually put us in the playoffs, which you never know. Bassett did kind of get lucky with the playoffs last season, I would say, but there have been some changes. One thing I should also mention, actually, in terms of our match today, it's only one, and it is the first game of the season, which is Rawlwood and Bassett against Newport County. So we're getting the derby straight off the bat, but what I wanted to do is take a little look at the transfers we've done so far. If I just go to the end of last season, I think you know the rest of those. Okay, so yeah, we've brought in some familiar faces. Jackie Finch from Hales Owen, as you remember, and Toby Kenyon, basically to strengthen up the midfield. He was also a decent player for Hales Owen while Manager 2 was there, so that's a couple of faces in there. They also know Callum Beckett, which will help. We've brought in Chris Lansdowne on loan from Sheffield Wednesday, who's a striker. He's actually a target man as well, because, well, not sure how Corker is going to do this season, and I haven't been able to find another Trecatista, or indeed fake Trecatista, to put in there, so it's difficult. So yeah, Lansdowne, he's only a youngster, and he's not necessarily a national level, but he's going to be part of the up front rotation anyway. And then we've got Callum Dalton, who's signed on a free. He's a half decent winger. I know I've got over an abundance of wingers at the moment out there, but he can play both sides, which is very, very handy. But yeah, he was put in front of me and I couldn't say no. The downside is, financially speaking, we are in the plus because of some things I did during pre-season with competitions and such like. But overall, I'm spending about $1,000 over our wage budget. I mean, the commit spending in terms of beyond this season is only just below the $7,000 mark, but that's a little bit unfortunate. I'm working on maybe trying to do something about that. I'm not really going to be getting rid of any. Selling on any players, should I say, but there might be one or two who, well, we'll see what happens anyway. There is, in fact, I should also mention it's going to be a bit worse, because we do have, hopefully, if it goes ahead, because we are in competition, Danny Busby, who is an advanced forward, and as you can see, he's got some absolutely fantastic physicals, but he's already got some half-decent technical ability. Technical abilities. That's what I said. In terms of dribbling and first touch and his technique and stuff like that. Reasonable amount of flair, to the point where he might not make a bad Trecatista. He's already got better abilities, I think, than Corkery had. So that's my plan. If we get him, then that's what he'll be. He will be the next Nathan Corkery. With Manager 1, there is also something else to report. He's no longer the international manager of Gambia, but has in fact been approached and signed with Albania. In its interim, I'm getting like 5,750 per week from these guys, and I think I'm still under 700 quid or nearer. In fact, I think I can probably look at it, can't I? Oops. My profile. My contract even. There we go. £400 a week with Bassett. Whereas with Albania, oh no, it's only showing a Bassett one. That's a shame. I'm sure they said it was going to be $5,000. I wonder where I see it. Anyway, nevertheless, Albania is slightly a step up, should we say, in terms of squad depth and quality. I mean, for one thing, we actually have quite a decent-sized national pool compared to what we have with Gambia. There are clearly some decent players up there. We've got one or two, let's call them cheaper-end players like Leonardo Maloku, who he's in the squad and he's there, and he's apparently very, very good at long throws. I wonder if he wants to go to Royal Wootton Bassett. Anyway, he's I know he's at Partizan, so I don't think they'll want to part with him. And we can only probably pay about the 0.2 bit of that as well. Anyway, he would be awesome. But again, given his physicals and stuff like that, and even some of his technicals, he's like I say, we've also got people like this guy Thomas Strakosha. He is the goalkeeper at, where are we? Paris Saint-Germain, and has been there since, I believe, Yeah, he's been there since the 2021 season. They bought him for 22 million. I don't know if that's true in real life. I'm sure it's not, because obviously we started down here in the 18-19 season. But Lazio keeper has been at Paris Saint-Germain for quite a while. And of course, the number one choice for Albania. We've got this gentleman here, also a world-class right back as a wing back. I mean, look at that. Goodness gracious. And he plays for Napoli. So it's a overall is a different layer of different level of quantity. So quite excited to get in amongst that and see what happens. Okay, we join Manager 2 now over at Newport County. You've already seen a prediction for them. In terms of transfers, there's actually probably been more out than in. Certainly this season. Oh, no, there's been a few. You knew about Fenton, Parry and Williams from the last episode. And they are here, and they are doing their thing. We've just lost Tom Matthews to Oxford, but honestly, I needed the cash, and I know that's barely going to put a dent in what we've got. Luca Albon's gone to Charlton, to us on a free. I think, was he on loan last season? Yes, he was. So he's been pretty solid since the start, and especially with Matthews having gone, who was our first choice right back. It's good that he's with us. So we've also brought in Nia Kirby, who's a central midfielder from, was that Notts County? Yeah. So hopefully he'll provide a bit of depth in midfield as well, because, like I say, we also did let a few people go. Can we show released players? There we go. Yeah, there's been quite a few released. Just people who weren't really getting inside, or as you can see, some of those were some youth players too. Curtis Jarman, for example. I mean, again, he's got good physicals and some half decent mentals, but he's just clearly not the quality to fit in with Newport County. So, I mean, again, some of these players might actually make it at Bassett, but I'm not sure that Bassett particularly wants any of them, plus we don't have any wage budget. Talking of which, if we come and look at our financial situation, we are comfortably, we are actually spending our committed spending, but we are comfortably underneath the wage budget, which is 34k, just over. But our overall balance is utter rubbish. And one of the reasons why I realise this is a problem is if we go back to Manager 2's profile, obviously my motivating has improved because I've gotten better at motivating and stuff like that. And apparently my coaching and attacking has improved, which I'm not entirely sure how, but my mental coaching has improved as well. So that's great. Don't get me wrong. Problem is, none of the other stuff is any good. I don't have... Where do we go? Start a coaching course, yeah. I'd like permission to go on a coaching course. Due to the club's present financial situation. Yes, this is a problem. They got no money. So what do? You know what I mean? It's a bit of a problem. So I feel like this season for Newport, I'm not trying to push. Well, I mean, this is the other problem. I got to base how we do on what I'm pushing for. In my head, I'd like to keep well under the budget and try and maybe get some cash back. But then, if I want to make more money, I should be playing in the higher divisions and so on and so forth. So depending on what happens, do I push for promotion in the first season back, or and thus break the bank probably in the process, or do I sit back and try and save a bit of cash? Because, the problem is I can't seem to be able to get too much interest from any other of the higher clubs. It's always a struggle to move forward, and I think part of that is not having those qualifications, unfortunately. So, I don't have much of a reputation either. I have a National A license, which I think is what I started with, but I've got like 1.5 stars. I think, on the other hand, Manager 1 at Royal Wootton Bassett, if we go and have a look at his profile. Oops. Yeah, obviously, we started out with the perfect manager, and the only things that have really improved is the player knowledge and the tactical knowledge. Youngster knowledge, and the tactical training, because I'm pretty sure that was 16 to start with. Obviously, there's no going on courses for him because he has them all, and his reputation is half a star better, and I would guess that's probably because of my international work. I noticed, I've just happened to spot this, it distracted me for a moment. The scouting knowledge for the Gambia is pretty good. I know a lot about the Gambia, apparently. They weren't a big squad, but I do wish them well moving forward. And I'm glad they have Lamin Mane, as their manager. I'm sure he will be superb for them. I was a bit disappointed in my performance towards the end. We started out well with the friendlies and stuff like that, but I kind of screwed them in the qualifying stuff. So, yeah. We'll see how they get on. They're sat bottom with no wins and only 2 losses, which is against Morocco, who I beat in a friendly, and Tunisia, I think. I can't remember that anyway. So, hoping to improve with Albania. But yeah, so, as I say, Manager 2 needs to go somewhere or sort out the finances here in order to be able to do his coaching, or just take Newport all away. There's still... Both owners are still putting a little bit of money here and there into the clubs, just to try and keep them afloat. But certainly for Newport County, it isn't enough to overcome that financial deficit they have of, nearly $500,000 now. I'm guessing overall profit last season was 174,000. It says profit loss for tax purposes, 834k. Profit/loss for tax purposes, 1.3k loss. Okay, that doesn't really add up to me. I don't know why. That one makes sense, but that one doesn't. And that was 698k from whatever it's on. So yeah, we got 10 grand from players sold. But yeah, it's we're skint. There's no other way of putting it. And I don't really. I don't have anything of any players of any great value to sell anyway that would make it worthwhile. All of these players are more valuable to the team than the 240 grand he'd bring in, which is actually a bit of a step up from where it was. But nevertheless, that's kind of the issue I've got. I don't want to sell those players for that reason, because young Robert Williams here is part of our future. And that's important, especially if we intend to get into League 2. Okay, it is the first match of the Vanarama National, and it is interesting that it is Bassett against Newport. It's just the way it came out, but that's very nice. Anyway, for Bassett, at home in goal, it is Girling as captain today, with a back four of Edwards, Taylor, Beckett and Stabana. Jackie Finch in defensive midfield making his debut. Bolton and Kenyon also making his debut in midfield. Left wing McCautry, right wing Coleshaw, and up front it is Baptiste. And we are playing a 4-1-2-3 DM wide control possession because we're looking to, not get relegated. For Newport County in goal, it is Rose, a back four of Thompson, Fenton, Williams and Album. Fenton and Williams both making their debut. Central midfield, Kirby and Rathbone. Left wing Hardy, attacking midfield central Houndstrup and right wing Hines. Up front it is Toure. Now this is obviously Hardy was our top scorer last year. He broke Newport records doing so, which was quite nice. Rose filled in for Bailey towards the end of last season, but he is not the best keeper in the entire universe, I don't think. Oh, maybe he is. Maybe I was mistaken. So yeah, so that's good. Toure up front. He didn't have a fantastic season last season for whatever reason, but he has done pretty good playing in this formation in pre-season, so I'm quite happy with that. Yeah, I mean, he did 31 games with only 11 goals. Just shy of 7.0, but we needed more, and hopefully we will get more. And this is the 4-2-3-1 wide Gegenpress. So, as always with the derby, I will start and give them both the best opportunity to do well, and then only make changes at half-time. So, we'll start with us being the underdogs, because that's always a good thing. Morale is utter rubbish, though. Look at that. Part of that is, one thing I haven't shown you yet, is how bad the pre-season was. No pressure at all. Newport, you're expected to win this, I think. Because there we go. Passionately. Let's give the performance they're expecting of us here. Okay. Kick off. It is Royal Wootton Bassett in the blue, with what looks to be the yellow socks, and Newport in the all yellow, and it is a Royal Wootton Bassett kick-off. Royal Wootton Bassett coming forward. McCourtry finds Edwards. That overlap there, but Hines gets in the way of that. And we don't see what happens, but nobody's had a shot yet. Oh, Newport have had their first shot, and it was on target. We don't know who took it. Oh, no, I nearly made changes. I can't make changes. Wow. Yes, looks like Newport, even though we're not seeing any highlights, are actually pushing Bassett, but Bassett have the better... they don't have the better possession. We're just fouling a lot more. There we go. Hardy putting the ball forward for Toure to chase. Oh, a little bit of miscommunication there. I thought that was going to be a nightmare. Finch and Beckett. That's the first time they've been in the side for a couple of seasons. Together, that is. Oh, Coleshaw is brought down by Thompson, and he's getting carded. He's already been carded. Is this another one? Second yellow card. Oh, my goodness. Newport County have just had a player sent off. What do you do? Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take Luke Zalban off, and I'm going to bring on Nditi. And Nditi is going to slot in the centre here. And just defend like so. Alright. Let's confirm those changes. And carry on. Okay, well that's not the ideal start for Newport, but it doesn't hurt Bassett. I mean, that's the thing I will say about Bassett. We lost to both Brighton and Aston Villa in pre-season, which of course are big teams. Hines with a free kick for Newport. Puts it into Williams. Oh, it's either off the post or... Girling saves it. Oh, he saved it again, but Scott Fenton managed his first goal of the season. Unlucky Bassett. Hines puts it over. Williams, saved by Girling. Williams managed to give it to Fenton. He saves it, but Fenton gets the rebound. Can't fault Girling there. He did his best. I do feel like the defence may have just stood around like, However, yeah, Bassett haven't even got a shot off yet. I don't think these tactics are the best tactics for Royal and Bassett. I'm just saying. Yeah, you were disappointing. Let me go to the tactics. Is Toure not... Oh, my goodness me. Tactics, there we go. Is he roaming from his position? No, he's not. So he's not making himself available. That's one thing I found helps. Bolton's going to become a deep line playmaker. Oh, Kenyon. Oh, Beckett. Look at you all. I don't know what to say, really, other than just to yell at you a little bit. Okay, Newport. Keep forms levels up. There you go. Let's start the second half, but I feel like I need to go and just think about this a wee bit. Both of those could play back here. wonder if we could do that. It would mean taking Finch off. Or Kenyon off. You know what? Let's take Kenyon off in favour of Corkery. You want to bring on Corkery? Yeah, bring on Corkery. Okay, and then Jackie Finch is going to swap with Corkery and play central midfielder on defence, while Bolton plays deep line playmaker on support. Corkery and Colshaw are all the same. Back four's all the same. We just need to swap Corkery and Baptiste over. Let's try that. Okay, I'm pausing now. Hornstrup on the ball for Newport. We'll see how Bassett get on. There is also the consideration to... Beckett with the throw in. Oh my goodness, what happened there? Ooh, I had to pause that. You probably didn't see that because it only records the game, but I just got the internet then. I think I clicked on one of these adverts. Okay, Beckett with the throw in to Corkery. Corkery with the cross to McCautry, and oh, it's saved. Well, it's a Bassett corner. Edwards to take it. Baptiste clears it. But Edwards with another corner for Bassett. Puts it in. Corkery has a go, but it's saved. It's a goal. Well, either it saved or it hit the post, but nevertheless, Newport get the goal kick. Well, that's a slight improvement since we went back to that. Fenton now had a free kick for Newport. Hardy coming forward. Harnstrup, Rathbone, Kirby. Touré's there, but Finch dispossesses him. Well done, Finchy. Williams now coming forward for Newport. But McCautry looks to keep hold of it. Oh, he's tackled by Hines. Hines is counter-attacking now for Newport. Kirby. Rathbone looking to create a bit of space. Kirby to Houndstrup. Kirby again. Touré's going to have a go. Somebody needs to stop him. Come on, Bassett. It's 4 shots, 5 shots. Push, push. Let's see a little bit better out here. They are, after all, only 10 men. Well, looks like Baptiste has picked his game up a wee bit. Bolton hasn't. Finch with a free kick, curls it in. Oh my goodness, Corkery. It was a good try. No, I'm not going to make substitutions. I should have made them already if I was going to make them. Hines with a throw in for Newport. Houndstrup. And it's all over. Raw and Bassett 0. Newport County 1. Bassett did pick up in the second half, but not good enough. Oh, there you go. Look, Callum Beckett picked up. That's good. Phil Taylor improved. Archie Edwards had a good one. Mitchell Coulshaw not so much. Finchy was great. Finchy is always great. That's why he's here. Bolton I'm a little bit disappointed in, but yeah, it's a start. So, be sympathetic, shall I? I'm not happy. We're going to have to do better. And Elliot Bolton is struggling a little bit. I think I'm going to have a little bit of a team talk after this, or maybe just go through and praise everybody's training, if you know what I mean, because that helps with morale. Okay. Newport. It was a good win. Well done. Don't want to blow your horn too much. Morale's a little bit better here over at Newport. Okay, let's finish up with a little review here, and little it will be. As you can see, I told you Bassett's pre-season was utter rubbish, but didn't concede a lot of goals again. Part of that is obviously Girling, and part of that is having a decent back four, but our striking seems to be a massive, massive issue. So we did win against Rugby. That was our only friendly win. So it's not too surprising that everybody's a bit fed up. We know about the Newport game. Our next game is against Chester, which, oh look, Chester are favourites. I wonder who's favourite in the Barnet game. Oh, Barnet are favourites. I wonder who's favourites in the Macclesfield game. Oh, Macclesfield. Stockport? Ah, they're not going to tell us. Yeah, that's how it is. But it's up to Manager 1 to turn that around. As for Manager 2, let us go to the schedule. We had a stronger pre-season. We got hammered by Fleetwood, to be fair, and it was only a 2-2 with Farnborough, but we beat the likes of Marlow and Bedford, as we should have. So we shouldn't have. We should have beaten Widnes too, but that all went a bit Pete on. Up next is Yeovil. We are actually favourites for that game, or Newport are, should I say. Newport's are also favourite for the Maidenhead game and for the Crawley game. So it depends how big a gulf it is between quality at Newport and Royal and Bassett. But we should take one last look at the league table. And as you go, you'll be leaving Newport in 9th and Bassett in 19th. And if you enjoyed that, please do give me a thumbs up and subscribe for more Football Manager videos. Thank you very much for watching.